Was it seduction or illusion? Deception or murder? Nothing is what it seems in a town like Twin Peaks. Starring Kyle MacLachlan, Michael Onkeene, Lara Flynn Boyle, Sherilyn Fenn, and Joan Chen. And now you can fall back into the mystery, or begin your search for the first time every Tuesday night with a new episode hosted by panel of superfans. Watch live for the audio commentary. No one is innocent in a town like Twin Peaks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, and welcome to Live from Sparkwood in 21. This series chronicles the cult classic 1990s television series Twin Peaks. Joining me on this journey are super fans, Last Call with Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, and Aged Boomer. So slide into a booth at the Double R Diner and order yourself a damn fine cup of coffee and a heavenly slice of cherry pie as we watch and discuss episode 26, Variations on Relations. Sorry for the delay. We had a technical issue. Well, more to the point, I had a technical issue that delayed us, but you all stuck around, and I do appreciate that. Already in the chat, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, JP RPH1, who may be at a late dinner, but if he makes it back, then of course we will welcome him with open arms. Curtis Selby, friend of the channel, who I understand is past his own tech issues, so he is back up and running and live streaming again. Yeah, that deleted scenes guy. He's okay, I guess. Something dark side owls. I don't know. She of the smoldering avatar Netters Network. Friend of the channel, Dee Dee Myers. The man who's probably wondering how the hell he got shanghaied into this, Aged Boomer. And of course, my partner in crime, my co-host tomorrow night for our Fallout watch party. The man who today celebrated 4 years on YouTube. The toxic gunslinger himself, Jedi Bill. Faithful Blue Wrench, the bird woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. That's okay, we got to a late start ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and bring our team of super fans on Netters Network.
Good evening.
Troy Pacelli.
Hello, hello.
And Aged Boomer.
They're sometimes buggy, How many drivers does a buggy have?
One.
That's from Mulholland Drive, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's the cowboy, my favorite character in that movie.
Yeah, he's a good character, and we'll talk about what he might represent when we get around to talking about
terrifying.
That. Yeah.
Part of me wonders what would happen to you if you crossed him, but we'll get into that. I think we talked about that before.
We kind of find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, but Mulholland Drive is going to be a conversation for another day.
Yes.
It is a film that we will be returning to during the course of this series because David Lynch has stated publicly that Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks do take place in the same universe. And I believe we do get a little bit of a taste of that in season 2 of Twin Peaks. So yeah, sometime down the line, yes, we will be rewatching Mulholland Drive, and everybody on the panel definitely has a few words to say about that one.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, how have y'all been?
Been really good. Very, very, very busy. This is going to be looking forward to my drink on Friday kind of week.
Oh yeah. When those of us who have YouTube channels, we get these little, especially after we've been monetized, we get these little updates on how we do, kind of a recap for the week. And according to my recap, I've done 21 live streams in the last week.
Dang.
That's a lot.
Which, A, I don't remember doing. And B, I've been sick the last week. No wonder I'm tired.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Maybe
yeah.
you weird. That's
very
a lot.
weird. Yeah.
I guess when you sleepwalk, you live stream, right?
Apparently.
Boomer, I put the link for Cosme
Oh, thank you. I
on
forgot
your
to do that.
thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is pin it.
I'll pin it. Thank you.
The Cosme link should be pinned to the top of all of our chats by now. We are live. We are live streaming on all of our channels. We are also on Troy's Rumble page as well because we're trying to get him some. We're trying to get him some subs there as well. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm still amazed. I'm at like 60 or so followers on Rumble, and with only 60 subscribers, I've made a handful of bucks. You know, I'm at like $7 or something there on Rumble. With over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm still not monetized. I've made zip on YouTube. You know, so what does that tell you about which platform is better for the content creator? But as Deleted Scenes is pointing out, basically you can find this stream right now anywhere on anyone's channel. You know, we're all simulcasting because we want as much reach as possible, so that you definitely should be getting notifications. In fact, a lot of y'all should be getting ding 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 because we've all gone live.
yeah.
Well, it's funny is I get a notification that I've gone live.
I know,
when
yeah.
I've gone live.
And you know what you were just saying about, 21 live streams or whatever, I'm wondering if that's because sometimes for you one stream could be listing 2 or 3 times because you've got different platforms going on, and it counts it as more than one stream.
It's got to be, because I know I didn't do that many.
Yeah,
I couldn't
no,
have.
I think it doubles up, for that, because you went live here, you went live on X, you went live on Jedi Bill's channel, and it's all one stream, So good. That makes the stats look wonderful, doesn't it?
It's too bad you have to play these games with YouTube. You don't have to play these games with Rumble. So,
yeah. An older woman goes to the dentist. She sits in the dentist's chair and spreads her legs. The dentist says, "Lady, I'm not a gynecologist." The older woman replies, "I need you to take my husband's teeth out." Like,
oh, okay. God.
And demonetized.
Yeah.
God.
That's
And it was going so well.
It's a buggy.
Alrighty.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's getting good. We got a little bit of interesting lore in Owl Cave. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. And for those of you that are trying desperately to follow the whole chessboard storyline, we know that we're...
Don't.
Yeah, don't try to if you go down the same path I did, you just pull your hair out. That's why I'm bald now.
Was Bobby Fischer a consultant on this show?
Apparently not, because unfortunately they're not even really keeping track of the notation of the moves and paying attention to the and I think I might understand why. I think there's a story they want to tell that may or may not match up with actual chess moves. So they want to be able to pretend like, they could get however many moves in without taking a piece, when they probably couldn't. That was the only deduction I could come to as I was trying to figure out how the actual chessboard moves occurred. But not from a chess notation point of view, but from a storytelling point of view. It's very clear that there's going to be another victim very, very soon. Despite Coop's attempts to keep it stalemated and keep no pieces from being taken.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Austin Powers gifts. Yeah.
Oh, behave.
Oh, no, I also like to live dangerously, where he says, "I suggest you hit, sir. I also like to live dangerously." It's so bad. That movie. I got busted in the theater when I saw the first one. It just tore James Bond apart.
It did.
Whole era. It's just.
But I love the fact that it was just a lot of fun,
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Heather Graham was in the sequel.
Yes, she was. But yeah, this was where I first became aware of Heather Graham was here in Twin Peaks and Annie.
I think I became aware of her from Drugstore Cowboy. That might be my first thing I saw her in.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is. And the odd thing about it is, despite the way it ends, it is somewhat hopeful. Because one of them's trying to make something better out of himself.
Yes. There is that, yes.
Yeah. So you kind of get the idea that maybe one of them might survive. Early Gus Van Sant movie.
Yes.
Before he started doing shot-for-shot remakes.
Oh, he did that Psycho remake.
Yeah.
Sadly.
That happened. I liked William H. Macy in it, I'll say that. He was...
Right.
He was very good in that scene. He was comparable to the original actor.
Speaking of William H. Macy, those that hung out with us last night on the Double Dragon double feature, William H. Macy, blink and you'll miss him in The Last Dragon.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he young too?
Oh, he's very young. In fact, Netter said she didn't even recognize him.
Wow. What happened to William H. Macy?
I mean, he's...
Is he still around?
Is Shameless
Oh, he was on
Shameless?
Shameless. That's right. He was on the HBO
Yeah.
show. Okay, the Showtime show. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he married Felicity Huffman. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
All right.
She went to the end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I will also have you know that the FBI also successfully apprehended Aunt Becky from Full House.
Yes. You know,
Because that was the priority, you know.
honestly though, I honestly feel like those celebrities need to learn a lesson, and it's not even about, you know, not breaking the law. It's about parenting, because their kids are little a-holes. They really, really are. They don't deserve the sacrifice their parents are making for them.
Yeah.
And I do want to say hello to a few people who've joined the slate. Big Al Presents,
Yep.
Lady Mist, and Geek Flag.
You guys are all awesome.
You haven't missed anything. We have not started the episode yet, so you have time to run over to Cosme. The link is pinned to the top of all of our chats.
Yep.
Please feel free to head on over there and join us, because we're going to be starting here momentarily.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Okay. Avi ready.
I'm ready.
Very, very much.
Bonesaw's ready.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
I have a very disturbing story to talk about Flappy. Apparently, this was after that last episode left off, and they were all in the bar, and Heather Graham was in that nice dress, and he was getting a little sauced. And he started yelling at her. He started saying, "Sing Bye Bye Birdie for me." And she wouldn't do it. And he kept saying, "Sing, baby, sing." And she got very uncomfortable. The producers got involved. It was very unfortunate. We'll get into more detail about that next week. That's to be continued, all right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you like the song Bye Bye Birdie?
Yeah, the whole musical,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I actually saw a live performance of that at a theater once. Yeah,
Was that was Anne Margaret in that?
in the original movie version, yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm sure David Lynch saw Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh, we haven't even talked about this. We've been so focused on the story, trying to keep it as simple as possible, but there are a lot of literary and film references throughout Twin Peaks, and you realize the wealth and breadth of his inspirations. Sometimes it's as simple as, what is this character's name? Think about it for a second. You know, why are they named that?
By the way, Flappy liked gin and tonics, in case you were wondering what he was drinking.
It's one of the things I like about Flappy. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a gin joint.
Yes.
This is already creepy.
Yes. Thank you, Nate. I believe this petroglyph is reconstructed in the Access Guide to Twin Peaks.
Interesting.
Well,
So
you
this
can
was
take
made
some
by
pictures of it.
an Indian tribe drew all this, I assume.
Yeah, that's an important point.
Yeah.
The Native American lore here.
Yeah.
I want to say the Shumak people. Their mythology gets drawn into this a good deal.
They did neat stuff with that on the X-Files as well.
Yeah. And speaking of the Shumak people, the all of the Native American inspired artwork inside of the Great Northern is definitely inspired by the Shumak people. In fact, they actual members of the tribe contributed to that artwork in
that's
the
really
real
cool.
world location.
Yeah, the X-Files. It was the Navajo. They were part on that series. Ooh, who is this? Is that Ted Raimi?
Yes, it is. Don't get too attached to him, though. Minor spoiler.
Ted Raimi shows up everywhere.
Yeah. I remember he was in what? Jack of all trades. He was in
all the Evil Dead movies, Army of Darkness.
Yes.
I think
Xena, Hercules.
Yeah, he was Joxor the Mighty, right? Yes. He
Yep.
was in the Spider-Man movies. Remember that's.
Oh yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He shows up in Midnight Meat Train. Don't get used to him in that movie either.
Don't get used to anybody in that movie. Yeah.
I hate to say this. This is very much of the time with him asking, "Where's the
Yeah.
beer? Where's the party?" You knew people like this in the early '90s, didn't you?
Right. Yeah, I went to school with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I knew people like this. That's
See, if he wasn't such a stoner type, he would know to be very, very afraid right now because this is weird and creepy.
Could you
Yep.
could you knock it off the flute and play some Anthrax
Right.
or something? It's like that's what. Oh yeah. He misses Josie.
Yeah.
And she's stuck in a knob in one of the rooms. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like she's gone.
So I guess the expression "let sleeping dogs lie" don't apply here, right?
Nah.
Or puzzle boxes, I should say, right?
Oh, welcome, Pootie. Good to see ya.
It's a puzzle box. He heard me.
Yes.
Paternal. I wanted to hear that story.
I've always been impressed by the craftsmanship of things like that.
Yeah, we think, oh, nowadays we're so advanced. Not really. People were doing amazing things hundreds of years ago with
Right.
crafts and other things. Automatons. I don't know how they made automata back in the, what is it, 1700s?
Yeah.
These were intricate.
And it's not that we're not capable of it. I have seen people do this thing where you've got like a piece of metal, like a metal block or whatever, and there's a piece that you can remove from it, but when it's closed, you can't see the seam.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are YouTube channels dedicated to all these puzzles.
Yeah.
And they show, like, they'll play around for hours trying to figure out how to open them. And then, not only will they take them apart to get to whatever the price is inside, they'll put it back the same way it was when they started out.
Huh. Sounds neat. I have a suspicion there are many senators that would marry her, but...
Yeah, possibly. So this is another thing, the whole beauty pageant type thing. Hold on a second, because this is important too. I see a parallel between her and Josie. The manipulation of men.
Mm.
Okay, so there is a distinct difference between her and the other girls that are entering this contest, right? It's all about her. She wants to win, I'm entering, so on and so forth. Most of the other women that enter require someone else to give them a push to enter. You just saw it with Shelley, you know, and Bobby.
This is impartial judges, man. Come on. Do we not believe in impartial judges anymore?
Gets harder and harder all the time.
He looks like Colonel Sanders. Have we made that comment before?
Oh, who? The mayor?
Yes.
Yeah, kinda.
He just needs the white suit. And
Yeah.
You mean a picnic?
No.
Oh my goodness.
A
TMI.
nature study.
Yeah, he's yeah. Yes, Heather Graham.
You have to
Yeah.
give Cooper credit. His demeanor completely changes there when he hears that. He's now all super serious. Well, maybe it is on the West Coast. I think 4 o'clock is evening. But maybe on the West Coast it isn't.
They left the money on the counter.
Well, I don't...
Curtis, how do you manage to find these memes that are right in the episode at the moment that we're watching them? You're crazy.
I wonder, yeah.
I want one of those donuts.
I know.
Donuts are nice.
On the side of that box, does it say Dunkin' Donuts?
It looks like it does, yeah.
It shouldn't, because it's from the Double R Diner. Maybe it's
Right.
maybe it's Double R Donuts.
Yeah, it could be. Well, and the other thing, too, is usually you cannot... You see this a lot in props. You know, it looks like a brand, but if you were able to get close enough, you would read it.
Yeah.
It's you know, not. It's
Sure, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like the Coke swiggle is different on the can than it would be
and
in
like the
real life.
Morley cigarettes and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like when we used to do the Twin Peaks Fest, there was one place that would do the donuts just for our group. I bet they're missing out on all that money now because we were a very large group.
That's what you call your gut, right?
Yep.
And thank you, JPRPH1, for leaving the likes.
Yep.
Also want to say hello to Putin's cat.
Pooty.
And a Final Fantasy fan 012.
Well,
Who
we
is,
appreciate any time you can hang around.
Going live with Wolf 10 Media tonight talking about X-Men.
Say hi for us. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. Look at this. That's creepy.
Yes.
Is that a reference to something he saw?
Hmm.
The hooded figure?
Good question. Yeah,
Like
I'm
when
not
he
sure.
was taken away, yeah.
And Pooty, I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so I would have to go with okay.
Cobra Kai, you're missing out. Deleted scenes.
We just brought it up because what's her name? Lana, Robin Lively. Is,
Robin Lively is in Karate
That's
Kid
right.
3.
She is. Yes. She was also in Karate Kid Part 3.
Yep.
I just said that.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Look at his beautiful face.
Mr. Horn, Mr. Beak. Oh gosh.
So great, so good. Oh, for sake. Remember that part in Desperado with Cheech Marin and remember that part in Desperado with Cheech Marin and that other guy says, "Do we kill him or do we pay him?" Like, oh, I got a house payment. Kill him.
I remember that.
Curtis, I find it impossible to believe you're not actually making these memes. How are you doing this? It's amazing.
By the way, did you get the line he said, "I'll alert my attorney," which basically means that, okay,
Yeah.
give me what I want so I don't have to sue. It's like,
he was definitely in General Hospital.
Yeah.
the heck are they doing? They gonna cook them? What's going on here?
Stay tuned.
They're making him into a chess piece from what it
Yep.
looks like.
Maybe like a
Actually, it's a
thing?
bolt, not an arrow. It's not.
I guess Leo does draw the line somewhere.
Oh.
It is a bolt. He can't give you something that doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, Leo's not that sharp. That's not.
That's probably why he's
That's
saying
not what his
arrow.
problem is.
Because this is just cold. This is just cold-blooded. Basically, that's Liam's.
Yeah. And the thing is, you almost feel sorry for Leo until you realize that the way he's being tortured is in a lot of ways not dissimilar from the way he was torturing Shelley.
Mm-hmm. I'll be fine. I'll just go back to work for my brother Sam.
Yeah. Wow, that killed him really fast.
Good gracious, I'm dead. That's
Yeah.
the expression is. It's of course the 3 men I'd expect to be on this committee, right?
Right.
And your wife is the only one I have not slept with. Surprised he missed her, to be honest.
Yeah, Jiggle
No.
Festival, yeah. You know where this is going.
Save our forests.
Mm-hmm.
We love the forests.
Run, Forrest.
Hey, I blew up your sawmill for you. Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha! Mhm. Mm.
I resent your implication, right? You're calling BS on all this, aren't you, Troy?
Oh yeah.
Yes, but I do feel like there is
Mutual.
an influence beyond what Ben is even aware of.
Okay.
So there is this idea, and now I'm moving into Troy speculation territory, but there is this overarching theme that Twin Peaks is kind of a place stuck in time. You know, it doesn't easily modernize. It doesn't, the outside world doesn't encroach easily. And I have to believe that some of the supernatural elements at work in Twin Peaks exert their influence that way. And this might be one of those examples. Pushing Ben when he was vulnerable, mentally speaking, to become a sudden advocate for the preservation of the woods and stuff.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse. He's going to be her speechwriter.
Yeah.
Derp a derp. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Back at
Are
the
you
ranch.
kidding me?
nope.
Oh my goodness.
I like that blonde girl, the extra in the background. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Oh.
The problem is he's asking for an explanation that you probably don't want. Yeah, that's the problem. And then he's like, wait.
What?
Whoa! Sorry!
Oh my God. Okay, and that's the day in Twin Peaks, folks.
See, I was wondering what the pinball table was themed.
You're focused on all the wrong things. I say, but I would not be surprised if you focus on something that seems completely extraneous. You suddenly go, oh, wait a minute.
What pinball machine would I put in Twin Peaks? I think the Midway Pinball Machine Fun House.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know if you've ever seen that pinball machine. I played. It has a talking dummy head inside.
Yes.
It yells at you.
It's lunchtime. Get yourself a hot dog.
Yeah, he says that. Yes.
Yes.
One of the last.
We had that one on campus. Yeah.
Probably one of the last. Well, I guess they still make pinball games. It felt like at the time it was like one of the last big American pinball games.
Pootie, we know how she got the patch on her eye. There was an accident back when she was a senior in high school, and Big Ed, her husband, now her husband, felt responsible for it, and he kind of married her to take care of her because he felt guilty and obliged, which of course is not a good reason to marry someone. Oh, again, Curtis, man, oh man, you are just spot on. Yep, there's the Funhouse game. You're right. Yes, Piper Laurie, exactly. Yeah, Curtis. Yeah, Curtis, if you could just market this skill.
Here we go.
I think you give it a coop, he'll get it open.
Butterfingers.
Yeah, it's a fortuitous circumstance. Lunar phases.
Especially when she was younger, Pootie. Yeah.
Are you going to tell me just by dropping it, the darn box opened?
That might have been the trick.
Yeah,
That might have been the...
just fell just the right way.
Why are you doing that again?
Yeah, giving it a try.
The thing is, you want to get inside, so if he drops it, why are you so concerned?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you just turn into a whole Gordian knot type of thing. I'll just smash the damn thing.
That looks so serene.
No, Piper Laurie was quite lovely.
And hello, Logical Spock.
It's like, you know about that?
Well, most of them were like in their 20s or so when they did this show. Even Kyle MacLachlan is probably about 10 years too young to be playing this character.
Yeah, probably.
But,
He's a prodigy.
still,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know.
But a lot of the younger actors were about like 20 to 25 or so.
The other thing too is I think that the idea was to bring in an actress about the right age. You know, she fits in with the other characters, but not in school any longer. You know, more in many ways more appropriate for a love interest for Dale.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, this guy's a good kisser.
Okay, now you're just jumping ahead, guys. Sorry. in the chat, I'm sorry.
Connie! Spoiler. Although, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Wyndham Earl.
Oh,
Ow.
wine glasses.
Meanwhile,
It's a wine tasting. Dick said earlier.
Yep.
Oh, I remember this. Look at this.
Is he able to actually taste anything?
Yeah, will you be able to detect the nose?
Yeah, exactly.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
Okay, she's putting in barely a taster. There should be a little bit more in each glass. Troy and I have been to wine tastings. You don't put in barely a drop.
And sparkling wines.
Yes. He knows a thing or two, right?
What's that on? Don't tell me that's a fish tie. Okay, no, maybe it's not.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness.
I don't. I'm sorry. It's funny. This is one of the scenes from the show I that stuck in my head all these years later. It's the wine tasting.
See, now had you not made that sound, I wouldn't have looked up. Or do you want me to throw up?
You don't gargle it.
can you just drink wine, please? Why are you going through all this?
Oh.
This is why I do not hang out with the country club types.
Oh, yeah, spit it out. Andy, you swallowed.
Oh, Gordon, thank God.
Yeah. It was a brief but touching funeral.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I found out it was just Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly. You got to bring in an extra because two of the waitresses are sitting at the table.
Yeah.
I don't know. They could have had the.
I know
Norma.
they could have, but you know. I mean, is Norma even in this episode? I don't think I've seen her.
Not so far, no. That's...
How many pieces of pie does he have?
All of them,
All
I
of
think. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I count 5 there, plus an empty plate.
See, and now he's established a pattern where he speaks in a normal tone to her and then yells at everyone else.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Do you mind? do? He's a federal officer.
Yeah.
He is right. She doesn't know her own worth, does
He's
she?
got
Right.
wine all over his bandage.
That's very true. Yes.
Because he's not good at this. Tastes kind of woody. No, not really. I like that.
Actually, well, no. I mean,
Chocolate.
there's definitely going to be a woody flavor to it because it's been in barrels.
Yes. But Richard's a
dick. Literally and figuratively.
Did
he
you like
totally
her?
embraces his name.
Yes.
Did you like her line? Why don't we just skip the wine and have a banana split?
Actually, a banana split and a dessert wine would be very nice. Yeah, she does, Pootie. Yep. Bravo. That's probably one of her best moments, I think.
And she had perfect aim.
I know.
The heck is he drinking? Milk?
Milk, I think.
It does a body good.
This is a scene. So I remember my dad had kind of quit watching the show for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
but I continued with it, and he was like, "Who are they talking about?" And I had to kind of bring him up to speed. He's like, "Who's he talking about?" He's talking about Audrey. Who's he talking about? Talking about Annie Blackburn. Who's Annie Blackburn? She's Norma's sister, you know.
Yeah. Here's hoping. Yeah, exactly. The ominous undertone, though, is that the whole reason it was locked away in the first place is being pushed and manipulated here too. Yeah, we were talking about that a couple weeks back. His role as the Rocketeer, right?
No.
The
Bill
Phantom.
Campbell is
The Phantom. Yeah, the Phantom. That's what I meant.
He
The
wasn't
Phantom.
in the Rocketeer.
Yeah, he was not the
Phantom.
Rocketeer.
It's the first thing I ever saw him in.
He had great hair too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
last thing I saw him in was a. Go ahead.
In that regard, he and I have a good deal in common. When we were younger, great hair. Couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Was that roast beef? What is that?
I thought it was pot roast, but either way, it looks good.
London broil, maybe.
Oh.
Okay, you're just being bitchy.
And she already gave her mom the peas. And then she took them back, put them down.
But
yeah, well, they kind of lost track.
yeah, because she's not focused on the food; she's focused on the conversation. That's right. He was in Back to the Future. He was one of Biff's guys.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
She's like really ticked at her mother.
I kind of understand it.
Is that significant, that moon?
It's always significant.
The owls are not what they seem. Oh wait, wrong times.
Nope, your timing was perfect.
$3 chess. Sorry. No points for that one.
I see that's a minor thing, but I kind of like it. How he gets an instruction from Coop, and then he makes eye contact with the sheriff and nods like, I'm going to do this thing, right? I just need your confirmation because you're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my thing would be take the police tape, tie it to the little handy thing.
It's a clever way to do it.
Well, he's doing it with a rock. I would have tied it to it, gone back a distance, and then just pulled from a distance. He's doing something with a rock.
It is a little bit Rube Goldberg-esque, but
Now he's going to
he
shoot the
gets
rock.
to
It's
try
dramatic.
out the pistol.
plus it gives him way more range than he would have otherwise. So next time, it will be someone you know.
That's
Dun, dun,
terrifying.
dun.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Laura.
Yeah.
If you lost a girl because you didn't see Titanic, you probably dodged a bullet there, Pootie. I gotta be honest with you.
All right.
The only good
here's-
Titanic
here's-
was the original Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's
The band
what
played
might
on.
get me kicked off of my own show.
Yeah.
I saw that movie in theaters 2 times.
It was the movie when it was out. I don't have the hatred of Titanic that Troy does, if that's what you're
Honestly, I think the reason Netter and I avoided it was because it was the movie that everyone was going to see. We tend to be not all in on bandwagon things. We were just talking about Cobra Kai earlier. They were getting into their 3rd season by the time I actually got around to binging the show because I was resisting the, everyone saying, "Oh, it's so good, it's so good."
And by default, I was made to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And admittedly, I will admit, yeah, I did end up really, really enjoying it. Same thing about Fallout. After the whole season, dropped and everyone had watched it, I'm like, okay, let's check this out. And I just, oh my gosh, next episode. And again,
I
Netter
have to admit
had
that
no choice.
I did like Fallout. There were some parts where it's like, ew. But
Yeah.
for the most part, overall, I think it's a good story. I mean, especially as, poor little Lucy Goosey, depending on who.
Goosey, yes, Goosey.
Goosey.
But that might be a sort of a kind of spoiler for.
Somebody just gets her name wrong. How's
Yeah.
that a spoiler?
I know it's not a big one.
It's like the more she finds out as she's going along, and it's like, wow, this really isn't the way it is back home. Things are really, really different here.
But no, don't normally go in for the big thing. And I can't even remember why we ended up eventually seeing Titanic for some reason. Maybe we
You watched it with Stephanie.
Was that it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I still have not seen it.
Did not.
I refused.
Did not like it, but not for the reason that a lot of other people didn't like it. I think you guys all know what a history buff I am and how angry it made me because, look, it's one thing to play fast and loose with historical, details. It's another thing to play fast and loose with the reputation of real people that really existed, who have real families today. That I won't forgive. I just will not forgive. And that director can just go to hell. Just...
Well,
tell us what you really think, sweetie.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't hold back. I should really be a little bit more forthcoming with my feelings, right?
Here's the thing. Should that scene be in there? Because it's not proven that Murdoch A, shot passengers, or B, self-deleted after doing so. No. Now, I have heard of people who are supposed to be Titanic historians claim that there was an officer that did that.
That's fine. But in a movie where you have...
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that event itself happening is not outside of the realm of possibility.
No,
not only that it was damn likely, but specifically focusing in on Murdoch when it wasn't proven that he did it. That was the mistake. I do have a problem with that bit of the movie. And also the fact that I won't let you go, Jack, and he immediately lets him go.
That's my
that. And anyway,
that's my point. If you are, and see, I could totally forgive the scene being in it as long as you don't besmirch a real historic character. Right? You have a movie where the focus is on characters that never existed.
So if it had been an unknown officer, like they didn't
exactly, you could have created a fictional officer character.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's my big problem. And don't even get me started on. Well, how do you know? Were you there?
Well, that's Ridley Scott's.
I know, but it's that attitude that now just. I feel that much stronger about historical films.
And Pootie brings up a question I actually have for you. I don't know if you've seen the movie yet. What do you think of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Because that's also a movie that blends true life characters with
is that
fictional Tarantino.
Is that yeah, okay. I haven't seen it, but let's face it, when Tarantino tells a story, I mean, look at The Inglourious Bastards, okay? It's like, throw out history and just go with it.
Yeah, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, up to a point, kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
In particular with how a certain historical event ends. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'll tell you, I've kind of changed my opinion multiple times regarding the movie JFK. This is all bullcrap. It's speculation. It's irresponsible. And as the years have gone by, I'm starting to go, maybe it's not quite as off base as I thought it was. That
I don't know so much about disrespecting Bruce Lee there, Pootie. I think Bruce Lee comes out looking all right by the end of the movie.
Plus,
it-
I think. Plus,
Yeah.
I get the impression that movie's a fairy tale. That's the whole point.
It
You
is.
know, that's why it's called Once Upon a Time.
because because there are people who say, well, Bruce Lee was never that arrogant, and I would say he earned that arrogance. Number one.
Actually,
number two.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Pootie is bringing up exactly the kind of point that I was about Titanic, right? You've got family members of these,
Okay.
If you kind of besmirch, a real person, they have family that is affected by that. And I think there is a responsibility to that sort of thing.
But in the case of Bruce Lee in that movie, that never happened. The whole point of that movie is that this is a fairy tale. This is imaginary.
Yeah.
All the characters in play, including the Manson clan, these are what ifs. Do you understand? They didn't happen. And I think that's the conceit in the movie. So I don't think it really ruins the reputation of Bruce Lee, because I think the audience knows that he never had that scene that in the movie never happened in real life.
Yeah, I mean it's right up there with like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
Yeah, basically,
stuff like
yes,
that.
yes.
It's like nobody really believes this actually happened. Well, I'll tell you, I say that, and yet I know how stupid people are, and there are probably people in this world
education
who.
System, you mean?
Oh God, yeah, right. So.
He fought the vampires.
Yeah.
That came out the same year as Spielberg's Lincoln, remember?
Yeah.
Oh God, and I haven't seen it yet.
What? Oh, the Steven Spielberg Lincoln movie?
Yeah, was it good?
It's
Sally Field was in that, right?
very dialogue heavy.
It was. I thought it was.
Well,
kind
you
of
expect that from it. Well, you don't expect it to be terribly action heavy.
dry. No, but I thought it was dry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's very dry.
It might have been accurate to history. I mean, I don't think.
Well, but see, yeah, I'm kind of a history geek that way. So what you guys might think dry, I might be like geeking out about. Yeah,
you might like it.
I might have to check it out.
It actually shows how all the political inner workings when Lincoln was around, like in Washington at the time. So it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I actually have a tab open because I wanted to be able to check. 1, 2. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3 episodes left now. We are definitely getting into the end game. Game being the operative word here, right? With the puzzle boxes and the chess pieces and so forth. Twindom Earl, it is a game of very grim purpose. And how do I say what I want to say without like being totally spoilery? The game is not going to, it seems like he is in complete control, right? He's like a puppet master pulling the strings. I don't think he is as in control as he thinks he is. And he's in for a rude awakening at the end of this. By the end of the last episode, we're going to be seeing the return of an old friend, I say in inverted commas there, whose presence has been alluded to in many of the bumpers and the owls not being what they seem and so forth. But,
the owls are not what they seem.
No,
Owl
absolutely.
Cave wasn't what it was seemed either, was it? Or Owl Caverns, right?
That is another great point. You have to look at Owl Cave and the petroglyphs and so forth as being a message in a bottle, kind of warning, sort of a spiritual Rosetta Stone. And I have gotten into some conversations with some. You think I'm a hardline Twin Peaks fans. There's some people that I've spent time with that know infinitely more than I do. It's crazy, and
this guy Josh that we know.
Yeah,
there's nothing about Twin Peaks that he does not know.
Absolutely, and he did this incredible. And I don't know if he ever wrote this anywhere or what, but we had a conversation in Snoqualmie about the petroglyph and just looking at it and analyze. Well, I was looking at it. He had it like burned into his brain so he could, describe things, and I was looking at it, and he. I'm amazed at how his mind works. I really am. We'll talk more about Josh Eisenstadt in the future, because we're going to be having a guest on in the future that
We are.
he came to Twin Peaks kind of after Netter and I stopped going to the fests. So it's like we handed off a baton to him, and we're going to kind of do a little bit of talk and reminiscing about the behind the scenes and the fan community of Twin Peaks eventually. But yeah. So
I don't think we can really call this a complete series unless we go into the fan community.
I agree.
Who stuck to the show for 25 years plus before they got a conclusion.
Yeah.
A conclusion that I personally have yet to have.
Yep.
Because we're going to be getting into that in season 3. But
yeah, and it may be a bit strong to call it a conclusion. Maybe it would be more accurate to call it a continuation.
It's probably going to be more. I've always been under the impression that it was never going to be a straight line.
Yes.
It was never going. We were never going to find out everything. And like I said on a number of occasions, my own personal theory of what the ending will be and what that ending will mean still does not answer everything.
And I don't think for all the things that we don't know, all the ambiguities, all the allegories that we get from David Lynch, one thing he has been, I think, crystal clear on is that he never intended for the story of Twin Peaks to end, that it's supposed to, kind of go on and on. The mystery, originally, the mystery of Laura Palmer was always supposed to go on. And it was network pressures that forced him to conclude that storyline, but it never really does conclude. It's like he's like, there's a greater mystery here, and it's not going to end, and you should never expect it to end. And
the true mystery is not Laura Palmer's death.
Right.
That's what everybody latched onto. The true mystery is, what is this force in the woods?
Right.
And just exactly how old is it? And this is where we start to get the Lovecraft angle.
And you could even say that it's not even Laura Palmer's death, but what is Laura Palmer? What does she really represent? Margaret says the owls are not what they seem. I would argue that no one in Twin Peaks is what they seem. And I don't mean that just in the ominous, no one is innocent in a town like Twin Peaks. I mean, even someone like Mike, right? or excuse me, Bobby, who takes everything at face value, and he's not really a part of the woo-woo weird stuff, right? And he has the fan, the audience reaction. What are you talking about? But even he has a role to play that goes beyond what he's aware of.
Yeah. Because he has that moment when Maddie is killed. Why him of all people?
Yeah.
He has that little what I call, he has this little Jedi moment
Yes.
in the Roadhouse. Okay, Donna getting upset, I can understand. James getting a feeling something's wrong. Cooper knowing something's up. Bobby, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like he does have that whole, and hello Orvonation.
Hey, PJ.
That whole
PJ.
he does have that. Look, he's half his father, okay?
Yes.
So he just has not unlocked that potential yet. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing in season 3.
Yeah.
And I know
think,
a little bit about it a little bit, but
I was going to say at this point it's not even
where Bobby shows up.
I would say at this point it's not even a spoiler for you. I think you know, because I mean, there's no way to be oblique about it. It's very clear that Bobby has a character development, and if you're paying attention, it shouldn't be a spoiler, right? That whole conversation he has with his father, where his father talks about his dream, when you understand the importance of dreams in this narrative, you go, wow. And there's payoff for that in season 3. And it's like, wow, really? So if you look at James and Big Ed and Sheriff Truman and all the other Bookhouse boys, right? Mm-hmm. Who's not a Bookhouse boy? Bobby is not a Bookhouse boy, right?
He will never be a Bookhouse.
Well, hold off on that until you get to season 3.
Starting to wonder if James should be a Bookhouse boy at this point.
James is kind of... Yeah, see, he was a Bookhouse boy, and now he's become like a Ronin, almost.
Yeah.
But all of that has payoff in season 3.
He's gone nomad, as they would have said on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, that's actually a great way of saying it. Mm-hmm. And I think you kind of hit it on the nose. I hadn't considered this until you brought it up. His little Jack Kerouac gives us the opportunity to see Twin Peaks from outside of Twin Peaks, mm-hmm. And realize this whole world is a little different. It's not just Twin Peaks.
Sometimes I think Twin Peaks is like going into the Twilight Zone.
Yes, that is. That is incredibly insightful, and I think very much the intent. Just a bit of teaser. Season 3 takes a much more global view of the events of the world of Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, am I roboting at all?
You were. You absolutely were. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think that we like the wine tasting contest, though, right?
That was funny. They had the wrong person in charge of it, but I do understand.
He makes a disaster of everything he's in charge of.
Does.
So what else is
true?
Well, Richard he lives up to his name.
Well, what's funny is when you look at Lucy and Andy, right? Who both, they're trying, and it's almost like they're pretty realistic about their understanding. They're trying, and they're more genuine than he is.
Because he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips, and
exactly.
He's not. But Richard wants to do is try to make Andy look bad.
I like this foodie saying, this episode inspired me to put on a suit, go to a small town, try to make time with a pretty waitress. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, go for it, man.
Who wouldn't?
Let us know how it goes.
There you go. Yeah.
Make sure you try the pie.
Ba-dum-bum. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Those are sometimes the best.
There is so much pie heating on that show.
Yeah.
People would be fatter.
That is, and they even have made that joke within Twin Peaks. I don't understand how Dale isn't 300 pounds,
Well, Dale, though, he does. I guess he gets his exercise too, right? I mean,
oh, that is true. That is absolutely true.
High
You're right.
metabolism.
yeah, there's that too. You
Yeah,
could have high metabolism,
exactly.
but yeah, I mean, he's on foot a lot. He's
That is true.
he probably enjoys the outdoors in his spare time too. So yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yes, nature walks.
Yeah.
And nature boats too.
Yeah.
Did we like the kiss?
That was sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That was sweet.
I like Gordon going, watch this, Sonny, it's gotta happen again.
Yeah.
And the Miss Twin Peaks thing is heating up, right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we're going to be going more into that.
I was just gonna say,
Right.
we're two episodes away from the actual Miss Twin Peaks pageant. Yeah.
And thank you, Lady Mist, for dropping the links.
You are awesome. Thank you.
Because she's amazing that way. No, she's Osmo.
Osmo that way. That's true. That's true.
Even if StreamYard isn't allowing me to put all this up on the screen.
And Fade, welcome to membership. Membership. Thanks to Connie Cleary.
Right on. Thank you, Connie. Congrats, Slade. I'm not sure he was in the chat, but I do know that he was on earlier with our pal Jedi Bill, who I want to once again congratulate for his 4th anniversary on YouTube.
That is awesome. Stick with it, man. You're doing great.
All right. Any other thoughts on tonight's episode?
I'm wondering who will win.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much about that because I know who.
So
wins.
now, what's the prize if they win Miss Twin Peaks? And one of them mentioned something about a scholarship. I think it was Donna mentioned something about a scholarship.
Right.
Do they get any prize money too, or just a scholarship, or?
I remember them saying, but yeah, I was focused on the scholarship. But one-way trip to the Black Lodge.
But let's see what else though. No more Ted Raimi.
No. Yeah, that was a guest appearance. That's all that was.
Yeah, that was it.
So here's the script. You're going to play a dead guy.
I think he's like, yeah, he's like, okay, that makes sense. Sure.
It's not the first time he's played a dead guy, so.
That's true.
Yep.
Heck, he's played a dead guy who wasn't even dead yet. Or was dead, but not dead. You know what I mean.
He's predisposed to
Yeah.
being dead.
Yeah.
He's only mostly dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Not dead yet.
Your arm's off.
Well, it's
No,
like
it isn't.
it's like the old Keith Richards joke. Hey, Keith, what? Lie down. Why? Because you're dead. Oh, I knew I wasn't feeling so good.
Yep. Trying to think what else. The puzzle box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still want to know how, because Pete dropped it, it opened. It's not like he slid anything.
No. It's don't make any assumptions about coincidences when it comes to Twin Peaks. The most bizarre, obscure, and impossible things happen in Twin Peaks. And what is the lie? I may have to paraphrase this. When two events occur, it's Dale's line about coincidence. When two events occur pertaining to the same subject of inquiry, one must pay strict attention. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, one could argue that, like I said, there are things going on here that are not, that are more supernatural than natural, and events are going to play out whether people want them to or not, almost in spite of themselves. So, yeah.
Right. And JPRPH1 has rejoined us. Just got home. We'll rewind the stream and watch on Paramount. Right on.
Oh, is it streaming on Paramount? That makes sense.
Plus, yeah.
Do you know if, and in fact, John, if you can let us know, I'd be curious to know, when they stream it on Paramount, are they giving you the Log Lady intros?
Oh, I'll have to look for that. Yeah.
One of the reasons that we haven't been doing the Log Lady intros is because we're kind of going with the whole, the way we originally consumed it. Here in the United States, in the first run with this series, you got it the way you got it. I think they might have done previously on Twin Peaks, but that was a network thing,
Yeah.
Whereas when it was in syndication, I think on a channel in Canada, that's when they started doing the Log Lady intros, which then made it onto the okay, John's saying that it doesn't come with the Log Lady thing. Those are on YouTube. You can find the Log Lady intros to each episode on YouTube if you want to. They
and of course,
are
the gold box doesn't include them.
Yep, the gold box includes them. So does the Blu-ray collection. Yeah.
As opposed to the orange box, because it's oral.
Since Sherilyn Fenn is out of town, the winner should be Heather Graham. I forget, Nate. You haven't seen these episodes? You're watching them for the first time along with us?
Actually, I think she might be back, because when I keep wanting to call him the Phantom was talking with Dale at the fireplace, one of the hotel workers came to him with a message, and I think he said she's back, and that's when he's like, he goes like, I'll see you later. He goes, good luck.
Exactly.
So I think she's back.
Yes, but I don't think she enters the contest.
Oh, okay.
Because she is going to be occupied elsewhere.
Hopefully not One-Eye Jacks again.
No.
No.
Possibly worse, depending on how you look at it. My friends, it was a great stream. I am out. Take care and have a good night, Curtis Selby. Thank you so much. Thank you for the memes. You are a meme wizard. You really are.
And I got a message from him that he got his computer fixed, so yay.
Yes, good on
She
you,
did.
mate. I've only seen the very first episode of Twin Peaks years ago. So that brings up another question, Nate. When you saw it, did you see it like on TV as, the episode? Or did you see the European cut with the fabricated ending? Just curious.
Nothing is real in a town like Twin Peaks.
Nothing is real. Yeah, that's kind of true. That is kind of true.
I bet that cherry pie is real.
Yeah.
Have you had that cherry pie?
Yes,
Okay.
but I don't know which one it was. See, here's the thing. If you go to well, you might not be able to now. But back when we went, the pie that was being served at the Double R Diner at Tweed's was one local pie maker. There was another local pie maker who would have made the cherry pie that David Lynch had that inspired it for the show. They were no longer, in business, but they were making pies for, special occasions like the fest. So I had cherry pie at the diner as it's being served now. I had the same kind of cherry pie that David Lynch would have had that inspired the pie that you see in the show. So yes, in every way that you could answer that question is yes. But which one was really, really the pie from Twin Peaks? Maybe a combination, I suppose.
Well, not to brag, but I still think my cherry pie
Your cherry pie was
better
excellent.
than any of the ones we had in Twin Peaks.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah. They're see, and here's the other thing too. Netter made that's I'm glad she brought that up. That's a third pie. She made the recipe that appears in the Access Guide to Twin Peaks that claims to be the pie from the Double R Diner. So, literally, in every sense of the word, I've had the cherry pie from Twin Peaks. Even if it's an amalgamation of 3 different pies, I've had it. Damn,
And mine is still better.
Now I want cherry pie.
Well, if we have any filling, I'll make you one.
We do have frozen cherries, so we could probably make it happen. But
I just want to do a lattice top again.
okay, so Nate saw the first episode, the pilot, when it first aired. So yeah, he didn't see that European ending, which of course became chopped up into the dreams that Coop has over the next couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Google lists Keith Richards as still being alive at 80.
Is he not?
I mean, he doesn't look very alive, but but apparently he's. Yeah, some of these guys you'd think would have died years ago. I think they're chemically preserved.
Yeah. That could very well be.
No judgments here. Yeah. Pootie says, "I just want pie."
Yeah.
I get you.
Pie is good.
The thing to keep in mind is, as much as cherry pie is, they keep talking about it. It's the question of when is it in season, right? And you'd only be able to get cherry pie for a certain period of time in Twin Peaks before they would swap it out, and you'd be getting blueberry, blackberry, apple,
Pumpkin.
Huckleberry.
pumpkin probably in as you're getting into harvest time. Yeah, pies tend to be seasonal.
Except for key lime, you get that all year round down here.
Only in Florida, yeah. I mean,
Of course, to be fair, you just need key lime juice to make a key lime pie.
True.
There's no,
True.
I guess the limes are out of season. I don't know. I made key lime pie once when I was in New Jersey because they didn't sell it up there, so I figured out how to make one.
How'd it turn out?
Not bad. You had to use key lime juice. You had to use lime juice to make it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Tinfoil hat theory. All the Rolling Stones are dead, and their bodies are stuffed with animatronics.
Yeah, that could be.
Jeez.
Five Nights at Mix.
Yeah, Five Nights at Mix, exactly.
I don't know. I was watching a clip from the
Go ahead.
the Paul Lynde Halloween special with Kiss earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It was funny seeing Paul Lynde and then Kiss comes on the stage. It's like,
Honestly, I Paul Lynde has a great history, and I feel like there had to be times he would be doing shows, and in his mind he was going, "What am I doing?"
well, not only that, but there was a Halloween special, and there were two witches on the stage, and one was Witch Hazel, and I think it was the
Witchy
Hazel.
Poo. Yeah, Witch
yeah,
Hazel and Witchy Poo, yeah.
And the the witch from Wizard of Oz, right? Yeah, she was there too, and it was like the actual actress, I think.
Oh, right. Margaret Hamilton, and I'm
I think there were
forgetting the
three
one
of them. Yeah, there
from
might have been three
the
of
HR
them.
Puffin
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was nuts.
Good night, Lady Miss. Yeah, we're wrapping up.
We are. And I would like to thank everyone for making last week's episode our most watched episode.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yes. We did go from 175 views to from the 170 for some reason, but it's still the most. So yeah. Thank you all very much for continuing to come back, to watch, to sharing out the stream, letting everybody know that we're here. Thank you to the spam bots who were a couple of
Yeah.
that was interesting.
We are you had one on your channel, I had one on mine, and it's like, you know what? That just tells me, maybe we've had enough reach that the bots are taking interest in us again.
Nice.
No, I feel cheated. I didn't get a bot.
Dear bots, was it something I said?
Well, I used to get the bots where they're like, I want sex with you long time.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to have sex with me long time anymore. I actually saw a shirt, and it said, "I will not love you long time."
I will not love you like that. I won't even love you short time.
All right.
Yep, take care, Dee Dee.
Indeed. Let's go ahead and wrap it up and go one time around the horn. Natter, what do you have coming up?
Well, let's see. I just realized I restarted my computer, so I don't have my thing up. Let's see. On Thursday, I will have as my special guest Beyond the Hub podcast with Nick. And if you like things that go bump in the night, spooky, spirit stories, ghost stories, whatever you want to call them, haunted houses, haunted places,
Cryptids, aliens.
I want to check that out.
Yeah, we are going to be talking about all of that. And he's got a great podcast. So he's on Facebook as well. And we're going to be talking about all of those things that go bump the night. So make sure you tune in. I'll probably be telling about the ghosts we have in our house, which those of you who are regular viewers probably have heard me talk about the spirits in our house before. So it's going to be a fun night. So I'm looking forward to that. And then let's see. Friday I'm co-host on Last Call. I don't know if Troy's got a subject yet.
Yeah, Boomer and I will be kind of like we did about a month or so ago. We were looking at movies from a certain year. We're going to be looking at the movies of 1999, right? Because that's the year that.
Yeah, we could do the whole year. I was thinking about summer, but I could always put off the whole year. Maybe that might be an idea.
Yeah, we because that's the year that Phantom Menace came out, and what was the other film that was just recently?
The Mummy, because the point is we're having all these anniversaries,
Yeah.
and I felt I was living like it was 1999 again because we had the Mummy come out, and I remember the Phantom Menace came out a week later after the Mummy, and the same thing happened now.
Mummy,
it's like
right.
I'm on this weird time warp.
And what's getting me is that these movies are being re-released right now, and they are doing better for ticket sales than current movies that are coming out, and that tells you something.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll talk about that on Friday.
Did they do a re-release of Blade? That would have been in 90. That was 98, so that would have been last year. They probably messed up and didn't re-release Blade.
Maybe.
That would have been a good one to re-release. Oh well. But yeah, we'll do that 1999. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then on Saturday, back on Netters Network, we will be watching a movie called The Departed.
Yeah, and we'll find out where they went.
That's all I have coming up right now.
Might go next.
Sure.
Yep.
Like Troy was saying, I'll be on Last Call with Troy on Friday, and this Sunday we have Geeky Geezers after Unscripted with Deleted Scenes, and we will be talking about the geek news of the week. We'll talk basically about Disney not doing so well with the earnings call, and Microsoft getting rid of a bunch of game studios over at the Xbox land, and
yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And the new Superman suit that everyone's all excited about, right? And
They're all agog.
and there'll be other stuff before the week's out. I'm sure we'll have some more stories. But yeah, there you go.
True.
Q.
Sure.
Actually, you guys, you got it all.
Much coming?
Netter mentioned Friday, Last Call. I'll be co-hosting on Netters Network's Retro Cinema Saturday. Geeky Geezers on Sunday.
Thursday Things on Thursday.
Yeah. So I'll be in the background of all these other people's streams. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Troy is becoming Deleted Scenes.
I'm becoming a Deleted Scenes Junior. Yeah.
All right. Well, that brings it around to me. All right. Well, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I'm going to be joining Jedi Bill for episodes 6 and 7 of Fallout. And, of course, Action Theater. Thursday afternoon at 4:30, we will be watching a movie we actually brought up earlier in this broadcast, Inglourious Bastards. Right.
Okay.
And,
another one that plays around with history.
Indeed.
Yes.
And, of course, right after Thursday Things will be my weekend update program. And I'll let everybody know what I'll be doing for the next week after that. But there's plenty to go around. You're going to be seeing a lot of me. Of course, I am trying to work out a date to do my next member stream, where Thade became a new member tonight. Thanks again to Connie. I'm going to have some film reviews coming out. I still have my review of Rebel Moon to do. I'm also going to have reviews for New Life, the latest Nicolas Cage movie, Arcadian, and a movie I saw earlier this evening called Chief of Station with Aaron Eckhart. So stay tuned for those. And, of course, there will be a video, my Read What You Own challenge. I intended to do it last week. But since I was under the weather, I didn't get to all the videos I wanted to do. But since I seem to be on the mend, expect to be seeing a little bit more from me.
All right.
All right. Any last words before we close it out?
Nothing. This was fun. I gotta tell you, though, we're getting to the end. It's I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, everyone, make sure that you are sub to every member of the panel as well as every member of the chat. And if you think you're sub, go back and double check you're still sub. It's weird. I got a new sub last night, disappeared this morning. And it's been steadily been doing that for like last couple of weeks, where I'll get a sub or two and then those two subs disappear. Then they come back, then they disappear, then they come back, disappear. It's making me crazy. So just double check to make sure that you are still sub to all of us so that you get all of this great content from us. And you never miss a vid.
And of course, your outro.
Yes, of course. We can talk amongst ourselves, and that is all well and good and fun, but it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat, and you're dropping comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere right now, and you're here. That is so encouraging. I love seeing you guys every week. Seeing you guys in the chat, not just talking to us, but talking amongst yourselves in there. I think there was one of our streams where we were talking about recipes, another one we were talking about our favorite drinks. It's like just going back and forth with different things. It's so great to see. So thank you for being here. Thank you for encouraging us. Thank you for encouraging one another.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what family is like. And you guys are our family. So thank you for being here. And until next time, which I hope I will see you on Thursday Things, on Thursday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Until then, good night and God bless.
Yeah. You can say it.
Say what?
Troy.
Oh, Excelsior.
There you go. Boomer, I don't want to forget you. Anything you, we need to get you an outro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once a buggy. How many's a buggy? I don't know. I'll think.
Gosh.
Again with the buggy.
I'll find one. All
right. Well, back around to me. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, everyone who joined us on Twitter and on Rumble. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I would like to thank everyone who joined us live here in the chat. FK8C2005, a.k.a. Tim, JPRPH1, Curtis Selby, Dee Dee Myers Jr., Jedi Bill, Geek Flag with an 8 nose, Connie Cleary, Lady Mist, Big Al Presents, Logical Spock, and Orville Nation. From HQ, Sparkwood and 21, the Double R Diner, the Sheriff's Station, the Great Northern Hotel, the Woods, the Sawmill, may it rest in peace, is in all points, north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win.
Was it seduction or illusion? Deception or murder?
It's all deception.
Nothing is what it seems in a town like Twin Peaks. Starring Kyle MacLachlan, Michael Onke, Lara Flynn Boyle, Sherilyn Fenn, and Joan Chen. And now you can fall back into the mystery or begin your search for the first time every Tuesday night with a new episode hosted by a panel of superfans. Watch live for the audio commentary. No one is innocent